Alrighty then, welcome back. Hey, I got a juice review for you today. As I stated in my What's Going On video, I've got some juices coming in from Fast Tech. I've just ordered another juice from Nickoticket, so I'll be reviewing that line as well. And as I said, I ordered a juice from Blue. They're a golden leaf, Virginia tobacco, golden tobacco, whatever it is. And I intended to bunch that particular review into the reviews I was doing for the e-liquids that I've got coming in from Fast Tech. The liquid from Blue, of course, being ordered from the United States, came in significantly quicker. I'm still waiting on the liquids from Fast Tech. But yeah, I just sort of decided that I'm not going to review those separately, or review it separately, rather. I'm going to give it its own review, and you're going to see why. Not going to dive down to the table for this review at all, so when we come back after the intro, I'm just going to go through the spiel, do everything, give you my 2 cents about the liquid, and then, yeah, we'll continue from there. So stand by, check it out. Alrighty, welcome back, and like I said, we're just doing a quick juice review today, one juice review, and it is the Blue Golden Leaf by Blue, of course. I got it in 0%, 0 milligrams of nicotine, because the next step up I think was like 1.2% or 12 milligrams. I just can't hang with that. Anyway, before all the hate comments and everything started about this, no, I did not line Loralard's pockets, Lorillard being the company that owns Blue now. I didn't line Big Tobacco's pockets by purchasing a product. Blue has a thing on their website where you can redeem points. You can post on Twitter, subscribe to Facebook, etc., etc. I've got a couple different Facebook accounts. I've got one that I use as a burner account for stuff like this. And I've got a Twitter account that I use as a burner account for stuff like this. And I built up enough points that I was able to save up enough to exchange for dollars on their website and purchase a product free of cost. So yeah, this didn't cost me a dime. So anyway, that being said, let's roll back a little bit before Blue became part of the Big Tobacco enterprise, before Lorillard purchased them. Way back in the day, I think somewhere around 2008, Blue actually was one of the pioneers in the U.S. industries for e-cigarettes. They were one of the first ones that came out and actually made this widely available to the public. They had some 3-piece cigalikes. They eventually went down to 2-piece cigalikes, and they introduced some disposable ones. Throughout all of this, before Lorillard jumped into the game, before Lorillard purchased them outright, rather, Blue was affiliated with Johnson Creek Smoke Juices, and their juices are actually pretty good. That's why people liked the Blue products back then. They had good flavors. When Lorillard purchased Blue, then Johnson Creek became disaffiliated, or they disaffiliated themselves. However, the process worked with that, I'm not sure. The end result was that Blue had to start making their liquids in-house, or outsourcing Chinese liquids, or whatever it is they ended up doing. I don't know if it's made in the U.S., or whatever the case is. Their flavor profiles changed at that point. I remember a long time ago that the Blue tobacco flavor actually tasted pretty well like tobacco. Their cherry flavor was really good, and they had a few other flavors that were, really good. They changed over, and yeah, I mean, I'll be the first to admit that their flavors suffered. And then they also went into Big Tobacco's pockets. They've just recently, within the last 6 months or so, introduced a whole lot of new flavors, and I figured I'd give one of them a try and redeem some of my points. Being as it's not costing me anything, nothing out of pocket to get one of their products. So I picked up the Gold Leaf, 0%, 0 nicotine. Like I said, I can't hang with 12. And see what it is all about. They've got a couple other tobacco products out there right now, the tobacco flavors rather. Their classic tobacco tastes like a stale coffee, with some tobacco undertones. Their Carolina Bold is a little more tobacco-y, but still has that coffee undertone. So I expected something similar out of this. And I was going to lump this review together with all those liquid e-liquids I've got coming in from Fast Tech, but like I said, this particular product I wanted to review on its own, only because, no, you'll see. Anyway, so there's the packaging. You got blue, you got that stuff over there, you got that, bottom's got some sort of code, that top's got blue. Inside of the box, you literally get that. That's it. The box is empty. So you got your liquid. It's already been cracked open because I've been using it. Got your information from blue, 0%, trademark information, etc., etc. I don't see any nicotine warnings on here. The only thing I do see is not for sale to minors. So, yeah, not a big fan of that. I mean, if they're going to be pushing this information, or pushing the FDA regulations, which Big Tobacco and FDA are probably hand in hand on this, they need to adhere to it too. And they're not doing it just yet. Not technically required yet, but they should still be doing it. So anyway, crack it open. You got one of the little teeny tiny nozzles there. Yeah. And on the nose, it's really weird. It doesn't smell like any of either of their two tobacco juices. It smells really nutty. I mean, like peanuts is what I'm getting out of this, out of the bottle. And it's kind of presents itself as an amber e-liquid. And so I expected something kind of nutty, maybe along the lines of a 555 tobacco. Maybe that's where they were going with this. Not exactly what they described it as, but yeah, whatever. So today, what I'm going to test this on, and I've already been using this on several different devices, is going to be my iStick Power Nano and my Focus eSig Hobbit. Love this. This is a great flavor-chasing Addy. If you haven't seen anything about this, heard anything about it, yeah, go ahead and check out the link below. If I remember, I'll put it in the description. If not, jump onto my video pages and, yeah, take a look at it. So we'll go ahead and get that set up on here. I've got a build that comes out to 0.82 ohms, and I'll be vaping this at about, let's drop this down to 15 watts, 3.5, dead nuts, 3.5 volts. Now, the wick is not brand new. This is not a freshly wicked atomizer, but that wick has only been used on this juice, so effectively, it is a freshly wicked atomizer. Now, one thing that I noticed after I juice up the coil and the wicks, and I'm not sure how well this translates into the video, it's not the same color as the juice. I've done nothing more than put it on the wick. It turns kind of orange, which is weird. Anyway, whatever the case is with that, this has got odd flavor, so if I seem kind of hesitant getting into it, that's why. So, let's just jump in there and do it. 15 watts, 3.5 volts, 0.82 ohms on the Hobbit RDA. Vapor production is decent enough. Close up the bottle here. I mean, as you can see in the bottle, let's see if I can find an open spot there. It's a little runnier. I mean, this isn't like pure PG or anything, but it's certainly not a VG heavy juice. I'm guessing this is a 50-50, maybe as much as 60% VG. So it's a little thinner. That being said, the vapor production for what it is, decent enough, it'll do. First thing, sorry about that. First thing that jumps out at me in the flavor profile, and this is going to sound weird, metallic. Kind of a woody, metallic flavor. Forgive me if I'm looking down here. I've got my notes here. Kind of a woody, metallic flavor. So I went ahead after I vaped on this and gave it a smell test, and yeah, that translates to the smell as well. It's an odd flavor. It's an odd aroma that's coming through it. Metallic, chemically, kind of a chemical taste. Like, if you've ever eaten canned foods and you had a can that wasn't properly lined with the plastic inside, they're sprayed down with the plastic coating, and it kind of leached into the food, that kind of undertone. I mean, it's not really powerful, but it's certainly there and it's very noticeable. So, yeah. I noticed that off the front. And then you get the peanutty, nutty kind of taste to it. I'm not really getting tobacco off of this. And I'm making it sound worse than it is. I mean, it's not a tobacco. Definitely. I mean, I don't think it falls really into any category. That's the thing with it. And another thing that I've noticed with it being, and this is why I left that wick in here, it's got a long break-in period. With a fresh wick, that impression, the really strong metallic taste, is really much more pronounced. After you've gone through maybe, I don't know, I guess 1.5 mil of this through a wick, it's not as bad. It's just odd, though, that flavor, and, it breaks in a lot longer than any other juice. And the fact that it turns orange on the wick, I mean, after I've hit this, I mean, you can really see it now. It's orange. It turns orange as it heats up. I'm not sure what that's all about. That chemical taste that I get off of it, it seems like it's trying to be a kind of a woody taste. And tobacco flavors often have kind of a woody undertone, a woody taste to them, just because of the natural chemical components in the tobacco leaf. As they age, they ferment, and do whatever, they become kind of a woody taste. And some of them, depending on the particular type of leaf and the fermentation process, get kind of a nutty undertone to them, specifically like pipe and cigar tobaccos. They do that. The aging process, whatever one is selected, kind of does that to the liquid. That chemical taste that's in this seems like it's trying to emulate that. It's trying to emulate that woody undertone, and the nuttiness in here is trying to emulate that kind of nutty undertone to tobacco. The problem with it is I don't get anything else. I get kind of a chemical woody taste, and right now the chemical taste is broken down quite a bit because I've gone through a bit in this wick. But what I'm getting out of it at this point, after the wick is properly broken in, is woody peanuts. Yeah. And I'm not sure what that is. I mean, it's certainly not tobacco. I'm not sure what this flavor is trying to be, but tobacco, it is not. And, it's not a horrible liquid. I wouldn't even say it's particularly bad, but it's not particularly good either, and it's certainly not what they're advertising it to be. Not a whole lot else to say about this stuff. It's just weird. And like I said, it's a thinner liquid. That's a good and bad thing. I won't get into that. It'll wick fine, but it'll be a little runny and a little drippy, especially in something like this. I'm probably going to have a little runnage coming off of this. The biggest problem I have with this is, and part of it being a blue product, this stuff is too bloody expensive. This 10 ml bottle retails for $8.99. That's 90 cents a mil. That is a premium juice price for a meh quality e-liquid. And I think meh is being a bit generous because it is not what it is advertising. It is not a tobacco that's coming out of this. And, they've added some other stuff in this too. I notice it more when I do a mouth-along. And I taste kind of a smoky aftertaste. Very, very much in the background. But it's not your typical tobacco smoky taste that you get out of artificially flavored tobaccos. This is kind of like, I don't know, barbecue smoky. It's weird. So it tastes like a food product. It doesn't taste like a tobacco product. It's not one that I can place. The aftertaste lingers in your mouth too. It really, really hangs out in there, and it also lingers in the atomizer. It's another reason I didn't re-wick this. I mean, I'm going to have to put this thing through the sonic cleaner afterward to break the flavors out if I want to test anything else and not have this nuttiness and whatnot kind of hang out. Overall, though, I got to say, I don't particularly recommend this juice for a number of reasons. One, it's not a tobacco. It's not an unpleasant liquid, it's just weird, but it's certainly not a tobacco. Two, it's a blue product. And with that being said, it's an expensive product. Blue tends to charge a lot. These are only available in 10 ml bottles. So if you are a vapor that can go through 10 mils in a day, you're looking at $9 a day. Let's say you go through 5 mils a day, you're still looking at $4.50 a day to vape. Nah. Am I going to get this again? No, absolutely not. I might get other blue products, redeeming them, the free points I have, and there's a couple of maybe fruitier flavors that they have out that I might try, just because, product recognition is a big thing. And the smoker out there who might want to become a vapor, they might lean more towards a blue product because they see these in gas stations, they see them in convenience stores, they see the commercials online, they recognize the brand, and that might get them over. This particular flavor as a smoker isn't going to do it. So yeah, overall I can't really say I recommend it. And at $9 especially, I can't recommend it because you're feeding Big Tobacco's pockets and you're getting a less than high quality juice. I mean, if I want to spend $1 a mil on juice, I'll go get Black Note. I mean, those are some of the most exquisite tobacco e-liquids on the planet. And they cost about the same amount, and you're getting a significantly higher quality product. So yeah, I would steer clear of the golden tobacco or gold leaf blue flavor, only because it's not only unremarkable, it's not what it is supposed to be. I separated this review from the other ones because I've got high-ish hopes for the Liqua line coming out. And yeah, I'll go ahead and review those, and hopefully those products are significantly better. I do have some more juices coming down the line. I ordered Nicoticket. They are closing their doors, unfortunately, with the FDA deeming regulations and all that crap going on. Won't get into that right now, but they were closing the doors and had an 80% off sale on a couple of their net e-liquids. I've vaped their stuff in the past, so I ordered a couple of big bottles of a liquid that I'm going to be reviewing as soon as it comes in. So that should be down the pipeline before too long because that's coming from the United States. Like I said, the Liqua e-liquids are coming in whenever they come in. They were e-liquids coming from China, so they had to ship Singapore post. So I'm sure there's some little dude out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean rowboating that over here. So whenever those get in, I'll go ahead and review it. And here in the next week or so, I'll probably place another order with Fast Tech and wait for the exorbitantly long shipping. A couple other tobacco lines that were kind of piqued my interest a little bit, and we'll see what happens with those. Anyway, that's it for now. I wouldn't buy it. You can if you want. And like I said, it's not an unpleasant liquid, but if you like kind of a barbecue, smoky, peanutty, metallic flavor, woody flavor, yeah, this might be for you. If you're looking for tobacco, this certainly isn't. Anyway, I'll stop yapping about that and go ahead and wrap this up. And as always, I'll have links below for advocacy and whatnot. Do your part, play your part in the game, and hopefully vaping can continue on for the long haul. Whatever else you do to get off of cigarettes, if it's this product or any other type of e-liquid, any other type of vaporizer, do what you got to do. It's a better alternative. It's a safer alternative. So yeah, with that, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Vape on, vape strong. Blech.